that dust storm. Whoa! Complete white out. White. That is crazy. Hey, what's up everybody? Filming me right now is the brand new Insta360 X3, and in this in-depth hands-on review video, we are gonna review this brand new camera in the world's most extreme filming environment. So let's go. In this unbiased, not sponsored hands-on review, we will compare the Insta360 X3 with Insta360 ONE X2, Insta360 ONE RS1 Inch 360 Edition, Theta X, Qoocam AK, and GoPro Max. We will use facts to answer the question that puzzle most of our viewers. If you already have the ONE RS1 Inch 360 Edition, should you upgrade to X3? We will demystify one of the biggest features of X3, 5.7K active HDR 360 video, to find out if this is just another marketing gimmick or a truly innovative feature. We will focus on low light and stabilization, features and improvements that you should really care about under other marketing hypes. We will test how rugged the X3 is in the sandstorm and point out some potential issues like overheating and long wait time during mode switching. We will show you a new AI mobile reframe editing feature called Auto Frame, allow you to auto reframe based on music. We will even discuss the rumor, the GoPro Max 2, to see if you should wait or get the X3 now. We got a lot to cover in this review, so let's go! Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Hugh back from a crazy VR shoot in the desert. I got to use the X3 and the ONE RS1 Inch 360 together side by side in the real world shooting scenario. I am very confident to say that I'm one of the reviewers on the internet who has over 100 hours of shooting time with the X3. From a pure specs perspective, I don't think I like the X3 as much as my ONE RS1 Inch. X3, by the way, only have a half-inch sensor and ONE RS1 Inch has a 1-inch sensor. But on the field, in the elements, X3 is extremely user-friendly. Features like the big LCD screen and active HDR really help me to shoot fast without missing important moments. It is great for run-and-gun 360 documentaries like myself in both traditional 360 video capture and action sport reframe video. Now, let's talk about some unique features of X3 compared to X2 and ONE RS. The biggest improvement of X3 is its ease to use as an action 360 camera. They learn all their design mistakes in X2 and make it way better. The 2.29 tinted glass touchscreen allows me to quickly preview my shot, set manual exposure. I dropped the camera several times on the dust with a plastic lens cap on. A touchscreen is still good. You can see the dust visibly in the environment. And the fact that the camera is still rolling, working great and responsive speak of its build quality of X3. I also really love the 4 physical button. I have to wear gloves because of the dust is hurting my skin. Physical button really help when I'm wearing gloves. You can use your old X2 battery on the X3, but X3 battery has a larger capacity, 1800 mAh to be precise. If you set the reasonable touchscreen auto sleep time, it can run 80 minutes, which is a lot longer than ONE XS 1 inch. As you all know, image quality is the most important thing of any 360 camera we review on my YouTube channel. So let's find out how good is this camera image quality compared to the X2, compared to ONE XS 1 inch 360, compared to Qoocam 8K, and compared to GoPro Max. Let's go! If you are a long-time follower of this channel, you know the thing I care about the most about any 360 camera is its image quality. No matter how good the design and the usability, if the camera looks like shit, there's no point in getting it. Luckily, X3 is with a larger-ish image sensor, a half-inch sensor, so the image quality does improve a lot compared to the old ONE X2. But it is better than the new Insta360 ONE XS 1 inch 360 edition with the 1-inch sensor and the Theta X also with a half-inch sensor. Well, let's find out. We compare the new X3 side by side with Insta360 ONE RS 1 inch 360 edition, Insta360 ONE X2, Ricoh Theta X, Qoocam 8K, and GoPro Max. I will let you watch the side-by-side video and make your own conclusion first. Can you label which camera is which? 3, 2, 1, let's go! Okay, I hope you write down your answer now. Here is the result. From left to right, we have X3, Theta X, ONE XS 1 inch, ONE X2, Qoocam 8K in 10-bit, and GoPro Max. Let's zoom in the focal chart about 15 feet away in 300%. You see, the sensor size does matter here. ONE XS 1 inch is the best looking. Qoocam 8K is the second because of a larger resolution and more detail in the distant object. Qoocam 8K also has a larger sensor than X3 as well. The X3 and the Theta X is third, X2 is very over-sharpening, and GoPro Max, you cannot even tell what you are looking at that distance. In terms of color rendering in auto mode, standard color profile, I think GoPro, X3, and RS 1 inch has the most natural looking skin tone out of the box. Theta X is too green, X2 is too blue, and Qoocam 8K is too purple. In terms of physical thickness, Theta X is the thinnest, then ONE X2. X3 is just a tiny little bit thicker than X2. Then GoPro Max, ONE XS 1 inch 360 is the thickest. But the stitching quality on the side is not really ranked like this. See this video, the focal chart is 5 feet away, they all look fine. Even when I am in 4 feet or 3 feet away, all cameras still holding up pretty good. But when in 2 feet, ONE XS 1 inch start to break down. Both Qoocam 8K and GoPro Max, the image pinch in and make me look cross-eyed. ONE X2 and X3 both had the best and most normal stitching without too much distortion on my face. Theta X just still have a very blurry stitching on the side. I think it is a bug they need to fix. So in terms of stitching, X3 and X2 is definitely the winner, no doubt about it. A quick look of the focal chart 4 feet away facing the back lens, you see ONE RS 1 inch is the clear winner in terms of detail. So I will highly recommend ONE RS 1 inch 260 to anyone if image quality is the absolute deal breaker for you. HDR video in 5.7K 360. X3 is the first HDR 360 video camera using the latest technology in its new half-inch image sensor. I usually very skeptical in HDR video in small sensor camera. So let's do a side-by-side comparison to see if this 5.7K HDR 360 video is truly magical or just another marketing buzzword. On the left, we have the charted video captured by X3 in regular video mode, and on the right, we have HDR 360 video. Immediately, you see the HDR video has a more saturated look, especially in the sky. Not like its previous attempts in HDR video, this version is more natural looking. As you see the color chart in my hand, both versions, the color is accurate. The skin tone in the HDR video is also pretty accurate. If you pay attention on my face under the bucket hat, we can see more details in the shadows in the HDR version, which is very good. This is using image stacking technology to capture more dynamic range, not using big image sensor like what you usually see in professional cinema camera like the Red or Arri Alexa. We don't really know how many stops of dynamic range we gain using this image stacking technology. This HDR look is also baked in and you cannot change it or color grade it. It is different from what video professional understanding of HDR video. But the bottom line is, HDR video does look good out of the box without the need of color grading. Insta360 version of the HDR does introduce chromatic aberration problem in the high contrast area, like in the tree right here. If you hate that purple outline, then avoid using the HDR video feature. HDR video also affects stitching. But Insta360 did tell me that this will be fixed in future firmware update. Also, HDR video should not be used in low light environment. I also noticed an advantage in using HDR video in auto exposure. When coming from indoor dark environment to outdoor bright daylight, the lighting transition is a lot more smooth compared to regular video mode in auto exposure. So for dynamic lighting environment, HDR video is a very good choice. What I really want to know is whether or not HDR video can give us the illusion of better image quality when compared to a higher resolution, bigger sensor camera like the Insta360 ONE RS 1 inch 260 edition. So we went out to Mono Lake, California to capture this beautiful scenery under bright daylight. The HDR video has deep blue in the sky, which I do very love, but it also doubled the compression artifacts on a small sensor. You can see the bending or compression blocking in the blue sky right here. Both cameras are shooting at sharpness in low. If I shoot at sharpness in high, you will see the compression artifact even worse. So tip on HDR video, set your sharpness to low to avoid compression and over sharpening artifacts. If you want more shooting tips with Insta360 cameras, check out this in-depth mobile editing tutorial right here. Now, let's zoom in 300% in the distance. Look at the white cloud in the sky. In HDR video, the white cloud is not really white, but blue-purple-ish. On ONE RS 1 inch, the cloud is white and have a way better clarity. So, in conclusion, ONE RS 1 inch 260 edition is still a better buy if image quality is key on your production and you want the best accurate color representation of your video. flow state stabilization. Next very important test is stabilization. Let's see how good is the stabilization of this brand new Insta360 X3. Let's do a comparison. Stabilization is always the strong selling point of any Insta360 product. It is no difference in the X3. As you see from my one reel footage on the dust, it is very stable. But how much better than the ONE XS 1" 360 edition? Let's make a side-by-side comparison to find out. Here we have me walking with the two cameras side by side on Mono Lake hiking trail. The result is pretty identical. X3 has a slightly less up and down bumpy movement and a better horizon lock. Since the image quality advantage in the ONE XS 1". Personally speaking, I will still stick to my ONE XS 1" for most of my action shot. What do you think? Comment below. Hyperlapse. Here is a direct result of Hyperlapse using the in-camera Hyperlapse feature in the new 4K single lens mode. We mount the camera on a shopping cart and push it around Walmart. The end result is very impressive. It is a very easy way to create a cool POV perspective shot that you should totally try. 11K 72 megapixel 360 photo. With the new improved half-inch sensor, X3 can capture 11K 360 photo in pure shot and DNG RAW. You are looking at some impressive sample right now. It is great for casual travel 360 photo on Facebook page, but is it good for professional virtual tour compared to the Theta X and Insta360 ONE XS 1" 360 edition? Well, let's find out. Here we have the X3 versus the Theta X. Theta X has a fast HDR in 11K virtual tour mode and X3 has pure shot. The close-up object sharpness is pretty identical, even though X3 photo is slightly bigger than Theta X. But in distant object, like the tree behind us, Theta X clearly has better details. Let's compare it with ONE XS 1" 360 edition. ONE XS 1" only captures 6K in 360 photo, so the resolution is lower, a lot lower actually. But if you look at the distant detail and zoom right in, you clearly see ONE XS 1" 360 edition has way better detail as well. ONE XS also has a night bracket HDR mode, so the result will be even better indoor for professional virtual tour. So, if you plan to do professional virtual tour or capture very good 360 photos, Theta X or Insta360 ONE XS 1" or the Theta Z1 are better option. X3 is not a 360 photo camera, unfortunately. Insta360 X3 is capable to capture 8K time-lapse. As you see, the stunning image quality of the 8K time-lapse. If you are a time-lapse photographer, I highly recommend X3. It can capture as low as 0.5 second interval and generate a 360 video immediately as video time-lapse. No post-production is necessary. Bullet time in 4K, 120 frames. Bullet time is definitely one of my favorite features in Insta360 camera. X3 got an impressive quality boost in 4K, 120 frames per second and 3K, 180 frames per second. Here are the results rendering from the new Insta360 Studio software in Apple ProRes. The video quality is way better than the ONE X2, a feature I highly recommend for Instagram Reel and TikTok. Tag me on IG at hugh.hou if you use this newly improved bullet time effects on the X3. Mid mode and 4K single lens mode. These features are direct competition of the upcoming GoPro Max 2 release, which got leaked from the US patent paperwork. The biggest thing of the GoPro Max 2 or whatever name GoPro end up using in the future release is in-camera reframe feature without using mobile app or editing software. For quick and dirty content, yes, these are cool features, but the best professional result is still capturing the full 5.7K 360 video and control your reframe in Premiere or DaVinci Resolve in post-production. It does put GoPro in a very bad position with this new camera 4K capture model in the X3. So, what do you think about the Max 2 versus X3? Which one would you get? Comment below and let us know. Now, let's switch gear and talk about some problem of the X3 during my heavy use in the past 3 weeks. First, it will overheat, especially shooting in HDR video mode, as you see right here. Second, slightly annoying thing is mode switching. I switch between HDR video and regular video a lot to capture the correct exposure in low light. The loading screen will take 1 to 2 seconds. For action sport, this means missing that important moment. Other thing I should mention is X3 is waterproof under 10 meters, but it does not mean the situation will be correct underwater. You will still need underwater housing. I was in the desert instead of on the ocean, so I will test it for you in my next dedicated water sport related reviews. One thing I am sure is that X3 is 100% dust-proof and weather-sealed. Insta360 mobile app. With the release of X3, Insta360 app also get a brand new AI update called Auto Frame. It auto reframe your video based on AI scene detection. For those of you on-the-go content creators that do not have time to reframe, this is a great feature to try. According to the leaked GoPro Max 2 information, this is supposed to be a Max 2 highlight feature. Now, Insta360 is one step ahead of GoPro. Thank you for watching this in-depth review of the brand new Insta360 X3. There's a lot more about this camera, so in coming video we will go even deeper and also provide tutorial on how to use this camera both in action sport and 360 video. In the next video, we will focus on reviewing X3 as a camera to capture immersive 360 video for YouTube VR and Meta Quest 2. We will have a true immersive 360 video comparison and help you to decide which 360 camera to get if you're only interested in capturing 360 video instead of that gimmicky reframe video for social that everybody reviewing. Even though X3 target audience are not 360 content creators, it is still a great camera to use for 360 content creation, especially attach it onto a DJI drone like what I do here and fly it with HDR video mode. Insta360 cameras are getting more and more popular, but there are only handful of OG 360 content reviewers that you can trust. Insta360 X3 and the ONE XS 1-inch 360 edition are not the only 360 camera releasing in 2022. Later this year, GoPro will probably announce their new 360 camera and one more, yes, one more Insta360 competitor is going to release a consumer 360 camera. So, not like other influencers out there on the internet who will probably tell you to go sell your kidney to buy the new X3 using their affiliate link down below, right? I will tell you to wait it out. See what GoPro and others are going to release later this year first. Be a smart consumer. Don't just jump on the hype train immediately. But if you do want to jump on that hype train, please use my affiliate link down below, as my link does give you a free invisible selfie stick compared to buying directly on Amazon or on the Insta360 official website. If you appreciate my honesty and my technical know-how in the 360 industry, please consider subscribing to this awesome YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another new 360 camera release review video. 2022 is a good year for the 360 and metaverse filmmaking industry. Instead of focusing on getting the latest and the best 360 camera, gaining the latest knowledge on 360 video editing is equally important. And this is this channel all about. So I hope to see you in the next review and the new 360 editing tutorial coming up. Ciao!